influencer, they don't want to fuck their fans. It's not that meme coin is bad. It's not that celebrity coin is bad. It's the way that people do it is bad. Right?
Okay.
We have been sharing memes before like Satoshi created Bitcoin. Right? So we really believe in memes, right? Because we understand that this is a powerful medium. Right? I'm just saying that it takes time for a real meme to grow. It shouldn't be just about like a single event. It should be about a form of communication. But because they want the experience with the one that they love.
My name is Mia, and you're watching Proof of Talk, a short series of podcasts where I'll be interviewing the leading founders and investors in crypto. All interviews are unscripted, meaning the guests have no idea what I'm about to ask, and neither do I.
Proof of Talk.
We're in Hong Kong with Proof of Talk, and today I'm with Ray from Memeland. Ray, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So good to have you on. I'll just want to start with this. So you guys were so busy last night, so I imagine you got like very little sleep. Launching Pain.
Yeah, we are helping the OG meme icon, like Hi to Ping Haro, to launch his own token. Right? It's called Ping. And then, yesterday, they did the pre-sale 2 weeks back. It's the biggest pre-sale on Solana. Right, and then they launched it like yesterday as well. Right, so we do our best to help because, he's an icon, right?
Yeah.
And there's so many like celebrity coins, like meme coins. I think they launch it, they don't do anything. They work with like bad partners, right? So we want to kind of help them to launch a token in a good way, where the community wins, where the fans wins. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's been such a this year started with a bang, like right with Trump token, and then everything that followed. We had Libra situation. It's been such a roller coaster. Doesn't seem like it's going to be stopping anytime soon. But perhaps you can give me some how do you see this? Like what is happening?
To me, it's just like a normal day in Web3. Right?
Okay.
Because in Web3 there are more dramas. There are more dramas in Web3 than in Korea, right? So I think that it shows that how early we are, right? Because when an industry gets more mature, you don't see like this kind of like dramas happen every day, right? But because we are so early, right? That's why there are a lot of like good players, bad players, right? They try to game the system, and that's why we see all these like bad projects launching, right? And then all these like celebrity or even like country heads, right? To do something like that. But at the end of the day, if we zoom out, this doesn't matter, right? In 10 years. But we only know that, okay, crypto is getting more and more mainstream. More and more people are paying attention to it. More, I would say, a culture icon, right? More like industries that are trying to tokenize, right? So I believe that in the long run, I think this is good, right? But this is like part of the growing pain, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The growing pain.
Yeah. Yeah. Pun intended. Yeah.
Yeah. The launch of tokens seems to be getting more and more creative. There's a lot of room to put branding into words and structure and tokenomics and so on. How are you going about this? Because you were just talking just before we started recording how you like doing things in a different way that stands out when it comes to like branding and so on. So how do you go about this?
Sure. My co-founders and I started a company called 9get like 16, 17 years ago in 2008. Right? It's the biggest meme sharing platform. Right? So we have like 200 million audience across the world. And in some way, we have been sharing memes before like Satoshi created Bitcoin, right? Mm-hmm. So we really believe in memes, right? Because we understand that this is a powerful medium. This is a powerful media, right? And then when about 3 years ago, we started to get into Web3, we started a company called Memeland, right? And try to kind of like use our learning, right? And also integrate them with Web3, right? To me, I believe that there are a lot of insights that we have, right, from Web 2 and try to do in Web 3. But Web 3 really moves very, very fast.
Yeah.
Right? So there are so many things that we have to learn. Right? But at the end of the day, we believe that meme or meme coins as a category will stay maybe forever. Right? Each individual meme coin, they may come and go very quickly. Right? Mm-hmm. But some of them will last forever as well. Right? It's kind of like all these like memes, right? Nowadays, everything is a meme. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you ask people, hey, what are the memes that you like? Right? Usually people think about, Success Kid, Hi to Ping Haro, roll save, the guy who is pointing his head, and then maybe even like a Philopso raptor and stuff like that, right? I think OG has their value, right? Provenance has their value. I believe that a lot of these so-called like very timely meme, they come and go, but something that actually have their fan base, have their support, I think they can actually do very well in the long run.
It's interesting. I mean, your knowledge on memes itself, it seems to be like very, very, very strong. Can you make up a meme? Can you make a meme situation happen?
I mean, if we look back in the definition of a meme, right, it's actually a term coined by Richard Dawkins in 1976. It's almost like 50 years ago, right? A meme is a unit of like culture ideas. Right? It can be a photo, it can be an image, it can be a video or whatever, right? So for me, I kind of think that a lot of people can create memes, but not all the memes will become popular. Mm-hmm. It's almost like before Instagram, right? Before YouTube. I mean, you can still shoot photos, right? But because of the change of medium, change of tools, it's easier for people to create all this content. But most of this content will not be seen by a lot of people. But some of them will become like very popular and become like very mainstream. I think when we talk about meme as a category, right, there will be tons of content creating every single day. We can create right now, right? But if we talk about memes that has a global influence, right, become like a global phenomenon.
Yeah.
Maybe each year there may be like a few of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the situation with the girl Hoktua, for example.
Yeah.
That was a video. I don't see that being the same as, for example, the thinking guy or anything like that. Even like the pain, like those seem to be like more of like the classics, let's say.
Yeah.
And these are more like the trends.
Yeah.
Is that how you put it?
I mean, I kind of see meme and also meme coins. It's like content, right? But meme coin is like a tokenized content, yeah. And in that way, there's new content every single day. I think, but most of the new content, it is not that memorable, right? For example, if you ask a younger generation, right, they know what Beatles is, right? What like I don't know, Radiohead is, right? Like what like Maroon 5 is, like Coldplay, right? I think people know them, right? But if you ask them, okay, about all these like new bands, most people don't know, right? So I believe that when we talk about like culture, it needs some time to accumulate their value, right? Their mind share, right? So I believe that I'm not saying that Hoktua will not stay, right? I'm just saying that it takes time for a real meme to grow because I think for meme it shouldn't be just about like a single event. I believe that it should be about a form of communication that a lot of people understand. For example, like Hi to Pink Haro, right? What he representing is, even though I feel pain, I still keep smiling, right? I think that's not financial advice, right? That's actually like life advice.
Yeah.
Right? At the same time, like roll safe, okay, I'm smart, right? I think that kind of like expression can be used like very, very broadly, right? Unlike a very specific meme that no one knows or become very niche, right? So I believe that in order to decide whether a meme can work, I think it takes time.
Yeah. There's the meme to token route, but there's also the token to meme route, which is not that common. I feel like it could be done better. Have you seen anything good that way?
I think token to meme routes, I think that part feels a bit forced.
Yeah.
Right? Because, I mean, it sounds like politically incorrect to say that, especially when we are building Web3. But when a lot of this like stuff in Web3 is like very money heavy, very money related, right? A lot of this so-called community is actually very, very weak, right? When the price is good, the creator, the team is God, right? When the price is bad, you guys are like slow rocker, like scammers, right? So I think it would be easier to start with meme, with a culture, with a community, then launch a token. Instead of, you launch a token and then try to build a community for it, yeah.
I feel like Doge was that way, was token to meme.
Doge is something, actually, like the dog, right, the image, right, has been popular for some time, right? Yeah, and someone use it, right? But at the same time, I think Doge is very unique in a way that it's one of the very first like meme coins, right? And then at the time, it's not that easy to launch meme coins, so there were not that many competitors, right? Yeah. So I think those are helps. And because people generally appreciate stuff with history more, right? That's what I mean. For example, like Bitcoin, right? People think, oh, it's the first token, right? And Dogecoin is kind of like the first big meme coin. I think that has their own value, right? But of course, I'm not saying that old stuff is always best, right? Because when you look at like all these like old cars, right? Probably a new like Tesla can perform better than them, right? But how to find a balance, right? How can you, on one hand, maintain the cultural value, but on the other hand, also adopt some new technology? I think that's a good challenge for all these builders in this space, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It seems to me that like the general token would need some kind of endorsement or like sort of like a point of validation that it's like something good to buy. But with the meme coins, it seems that it's less relevant. Of course, it always helps, like if a KOL tweets about it and so on, or like a big wallet is kind of like signals. But it seems less relevant. I think people just buy it for fun, and they influence each other, like their friends. Is this true?
I think so. But I think I want to touch on the KOL part, right? It shows how early we are, right? Because when an industry, a small group of people can still influence a lot of people, right? Then we know that, okay, this industry is still at the early stage. For example, in the past when we travel, right, maybe we follow a lot of these like travel bloggers, right? But these days when we travel, we go to like Expedia, we go to all these like review website, right? I mean, we still look at all these like travel bloggers, right? But we don't make decisions based on what they say. Oh, this hotel is good, but I don't care, right? I still look at like hotels.com, like Expedia, like trip.com to see which hotel actually have better reviews, right? I think meme coin is kind of like that, or Web3 in general is kind of like that. So it's very, very early. But at the same time, I believe that, I mean, I'm totally biased, right? I mean, our company is called Memeland, right? The tokens that we help launch is called meme, right? The ticker is literally meme, right? And then for Nugget, we have been sharing memes for a living for a long time. So I'm very, very biased. But I really believe that meme coin is the category that will bring mass adoption, right, to crypto, right? Because you don't have to understand any tech. You don't have to understand all these like, I don't know, buzzword or like all these like so-called like very, very like a complicated concept, right? Oh, you like it, you buy it, right? Oh, you support that, you buy it. It's almost like entertainment, right? Oh, you like BTS, you like Blackpink, you like New Jeans, right? You support them. Oh, I mean, when you go to a concert, do you think that, okay, well, whether my concert ticket will go in price? You don't think about that, right? Because you enjoy being part of that, right? That experience is the part that you want, right? I think for meme coin, right now, people focus a lot on the trading aspect, focus a lot on the P&L aspect, right? But I believe that when more like people are launching their own tokens, right? You just hold the token because you believe in that guy, you want to support that guy. It's almost like a donation in some way, yeah. But it's not. You are not trying to. Oh, I want to profit a lot. I want to just snipe the token. Yeah, I feel like when we are in Web3 in the trenches for so long, we become too materialistic. We become too I would say money heavy. Yeah, I believe that when things got more, I would say, massively adopted, I think the mindset will change. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you think this dynamic that we currently have is going to change? If that is true, how so?
100%. I mean, let's take one, I would say, like a metaphor, right? Online streaming, live streaming, right? In the past, the first part is like only like news station, right? TV station, they can do it, right? And then it's very serious stuff, right? It's like news station. And then it get adopted online. And in the beginning, it's all porn. Right? It's all adult videos, right? Live cam and whatever, right? I'm not saying that I know who they are, right? But I'm saying that, okay, this is the biggest category of live streaming, right? In the early days. But when the cost becomes lower, right? When more people understanding the power of live streaming, right? Then everyone can do live streaming, right? Gamers, like people who just eating stuff, right? I think that's how I see in like tokenization, right? In the beginning, right? People only launch like very like serious stuff, right? Even Bitcoin, it's like, oh, it's more about like the traditional finance, right? We want decentralization. It's a very high ideology kind of like token, right? Of course, somehow it's a meme coin as well, right? But then you can see that, okay, like Ethereum, like Solana, right? They're like very useful, right? And then when meme coins started, right? Then you can see that, okay, anyone can launch a token, but there will be a lot of bad players, right? Because they kind of like understanding how to game the system. But when we have more like legit builders, more legit like influencers, right? Or like idols or like creators, right? Joining the space, they don't want to fuck their fans, right? They will try to launch something that can benefit their fans. Yeah, they want to use that as a token of support, right? And I think when we enter that phrase, we will see more positive impact, right? Instead of, it's like meme coin, they down 90%. But most of the time, even if they are down 90%, it's not really because a lot of people lose money, right? It's because, all these like sniper, right? They get it and pump the price at a very high price and it goes down and make the chart looks bad, right? But honestly, most people, they don't lose money for that, right? But the people only look at the chart and then try to create their own stories, right? Because they want to say that meme coin is bad. It's like, all these like parents, games is bad, right? Playing computer games sucks, right? You should go to school. But these days, esports is a profession. It's a profession, right? So I believe that things will change when we continue to move forward. We continue to build. Yeah, I'm very positive in that. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think, because obviously like people are not going to lose interest in meme coins. I think this is definitely here to stay. Do you think it needs more structure? Is that what needs to be in place? Like what's the key thing that will happen that will shift the dynamic?
I think structure will find its way. It's almost like, even if you don't want, the government, right? I think they will try to regulate it, right? For example, in the early days, no regulation, right? It's like it's like Wild Wild West, right? And in these days, like license exchange, like ETF. I think it's like part of the growing process, right? When the industry is early, there's no regulation. When it started to affect more people to change life, to have bigger impact, then the government will pay attention, right? But at the same time, a lot of people, they don't like it. But in order to make it mainstream, it's part of the necessary evil in a way, right? Because a lot of people, they need to get protected, right? So I feel like token is kind of like that, meme coin is kind of like that, yeah. And then, but at the same time, the good thing about launching meme coin is you can be very creative, right? You can do all like a public stunt and then you launch a token, or you can go to a concert and then you launch a token. I think there are different ways to do that. I don't think that part will have structure, right? But when some tokens get bigger, I think there will be structure for them, right? This is also what we want to help. For example, I just purchased a public company in Hong Kong. It's like a listed company in Hong Kong, and try to build the micro strategy for meme coins, right? Because the thing is, Bitcoin, somehow a lot of people understand it, the store of value, right? But a lot of these other tokens, right? I mean, they represent a huge cultural value. But some people, they don't understand it, right? Institutional. The institutions, they don't have a safe way to buy into it, right? Can we become the guiding lights to help them, to curate tokens for them, to make it easy for them to buy, right? Imagine if, Michael say couldn't convince Microsoft to buy Bitcoin, but let's say, Microsoft, right, to buy some meme coins that support like PlayStation, right? I think that's more doable in the future, right? Yeah. So I think we try to become, let's say, a pioneer in that. We try to become the guinea pig in that because we really believe in meme. We really believe in culture. Yeah,
That's really interesting. How did you design the setup for that company?
I think for me, it's very straightforward, right? After working in Web3 for like 3 years, the biggest challenge that I see is not tech, it's not narratives, because you have like new tech, new narratives every single day. I mean, user experience still sucks, but if you look at tech in general, I think user experience will get improved over time. For example, in the past, if you want to buy a meme coin, you go to Dex Screener, right? I mean, you don't know how to buy it. But right now, you go to Moonshot, it's actually very easy to buy, right? So user experience will get fixed.
Yeah.
But one issue that is not yet fixed is liquidity, right? We see that, when Trump, the token was launched, every token got dumped, right? Because it's the same group of people moving the liquidity from here to there, right? Right now, what we're trying to do is, can we channel the liquidity from the capital market, right, to Web3? I think that's the hypothesis.
Yeah.
And then what we are trying to do is, then where should we do it, right? I'm based in Hong Kong. I was born and raised in Hong Kong. Right? Hong Kong is one of the few places where the government is actually promoting Web3, pushing really hard on Web3. Then we're thinking, why don't we do it in Hong Kong, right? And Hong Kong capital market is like top 10 in the world, right? And of course, it has great access to China. And China is probably the biggest a potential for crypto as well, right? Right now, it's still not yet super open, right? But when Hong Kong can do that, that means that, there's a good chance.
Like a sample
right?
of the potential.
Exactly. There's a good potential. That's why we bought the company in Hong Kong. On one hand, we try to support the government's initiative, right, to make Hong Kong the Web3 hub in Asia, in the world. Right? But on the other hand, it's hey, I want to build something, right, that benefits my hometown. Right? And that's why we do it here. And of course, with NiGet, with Memeland, all we do is very international. Right, but we are still based in Hong Kong. Our head is in Hong Kong, right? So that's why we launched the meme strategy, which is our code name for the public company in Hong Kong as well. Yeah,
It's really interesting. Do you think that because I'm thinking of influencers launching their tokens as well and that sort of thing? We've seen a little bit of that before, but I feel like the timing now would be more suitable for it somehow. Yeah. So if done well, do you see like entertainment, and I'm thinking like music more specifically, but perhaps other categories as well, because this is all like pop culture, right? So when I think like Web3 pop culture, obviously like there's the memes and everything, but when you think broad, like with music, fashion, and so on, like if they were to get in now, perhaps it would be like a very like solid category on the...
I think music is a very tricky category, right? Because of the existing, the right ownership, right? I think when something is very centralized, it's still not doing super well, right? I think being decentralized may even make it like more chaotic, right? For example, when you look at like Spotify, right, all these like license and stuff, when you look at all these like music labels, right, they actually don't make that much money from music, right? They make money, right, from all these like concerts, like this like merch and stuff, right? So I believe that for an artist, for a singer, right, to launch a idol token, it's probably then okay, we launch a music NFT or like kind of like a like decentralized ownership, right, for the music. I believe focusing more on the following instead of on the listening. I think that part may be more doable, right? But again, I don't know enough because I'm not a super big like music fans, right? Even though I listen to a lot of like songs these days, like Apache or whatever, right? So, but I think at the end of the day, it's not. I mean, it's not that meme coin is bad. It's not that celebrity coin is bad. It's the way that people do it is bad, right?
Yeah.
Right. Imagine if a influencer, they don't want to fuck their fans, and they work with like a good like agency or like good partners, right, to launch a token. The fans actually can get benefit, right? Because okay, I believe in you, I support you, right? You don't extract from me, right? But because I support you, you give me like extra like utility, right? And I buy into the token not because I want more extra utility, it's because I want to support you, right? Imagine, right? If like Blackpink, right, launch a token. Oh, the top 10 token owners, right, can always get backstage pass, right? Can have a dinner with Blackpink like every year. Right? And then top 1,000 holders, they have a chance, right, to get a backstage pass. I think stuff like that, I think tons of people will buy the token, right? Not because they want to trade the token, but because they want the experience with the one that they love. Right? I think if influencer can look more long term instead of just trying to scam their fan base, I think actually like a lot of these like influencer tokens or idol tokens or celebrity tokens or meme coins, they can work for very well. It's almost like tokenizing the fan base, tokenizing their fan club. Yeah. In the past, how much can you charge for fan club access? Maybe like $20, $50, right? And then you have to organize events, and each event you have to charge them money. But imagine if you actually have a token, right? I think a lot of this kind of stuff can be free for their true supporters. Yeah,
it's very similar to the narrative for the NFTs. Other than meme strategy, do you have anything else exciting coming up?
I mean, we just launched something called Meme Pay, which is like a debit card. No, it's a credit card now. It's a credit card for meme coins, where you can spend with your meme coins, right? I believe that it's really hard to convert people into Web3 by asking them to buy a token, to buy NFT. Right? We need to build a product. We need to launch a product that people have already been using. Right? And in crypto, there are like a few use cases very proven. Number one is like store of value for Bitcoin. Right? And then all these tokens, right, as users as they are, you can still spend them. Right? Right now, what we try to do is, hey, can we support all these like meme coins so that even though you are down bad, you can still spend your meme coins, right? And because of that, we can actually make the whole credit card become like very interesting. For example, maybe you can like pay to earn. That means, okay, every time you swipe your credit card, you spend some meme coins, right? Maybe you can get an airdrop, right? Because you are like a real human being, right? You are not like a farmer in Vietnam, right? You're not a farming firm in Vietnam, right? Then maybe all these like token teams, they don't mind giving like like airdrop, right, to all these like new users. In order to get more like exposure, right? So we are trying to do kind of like I mean, for the lack of better comparison, it's like a Solana phone, right? But a lot of people, they buy Solana phone not because they want the phone, but because they want the airdrop, right? For us, it's like it's even better. You don't have to buy a phone that you don't use. You can just use a card that you always use, but you can farm tokens, right, by everyday like expenses. I think this is something that is our main focus this year as well. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
For everyone watching, where can they find you?
I mean, I'm on Twitter, right? Well, not Twitter, X, right? My X handle is like NIGAG CEO. Right? I mean, or you can find us on Discord, right? And our company is on Memeland, right? So I'm online all the time. Yeah.
Sounds good. Ray, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Proof of Talk.